Alright guys, it's time for my Nintendo Switch collection. So sit back, enjoy, and hopefully you guys see some games that you maybe haven't heard of before that you could probably check out. Starting with Ori and the Secret of Seasons. This is a really awesome game. I highly recommend this one. This is a good hidden gem. It's a mix between a 3D platformer and like a Zelda adventure, kind of with a little bit of light RPG elements to it. It's really, really awesome. Such a charming game. I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough of this one, and it's a good little indie title to check out and appreciate. Ori and the Secret of Seasons. Love that game. Absolutely love it. Next we have Balan Wonder World, which I know this game gets a bad reputation. I honestly like this game. I liked it quite a bit, actually. I found it very charming, very fun. I love the music. I thought the world theming was really well done. There's a lot of great little powers that you can get, and it adds to the puzzle solving. I don't know why this game was hated so much. Probably because people don't appreciate 3D platformers anymore, but I find this game pretty good. I don't know. It's like not as bad as people said it was. I really don't understand the hate. I think people just like to hate for no reason, honestly. Next we have Cruis Blast, which I haven't checked out yet, but I'm very excited to try this one. This one looks awesome. Good little arcade racer. I'll have to get around to that one soon. Let me just move that a little bit. There we go. Next we have a very good game, Disney Illusion Island. Man, this game kind of blew me away actually this year. It is a Metroidvania style game with the Disney characters, up to 4 players. It starts off very easy, so at first you might think, well, this is stupid, this is boring, but it does get tougher the more you go. And I actually 100%ed this game because I had so much fun, and it wasn't the most tedious thing to 100% either. It didn't take me that long. There's fast travel you can unlock like later on, so you might want to wait to get some collectibles till later in the game, but very, very awesome game. I had a lot of fun. Just a good atmospheric game too. It's really fun to kind of jump around and explore the world with great music. The music kind of sounds like you're at Disneyland, so it's very fitting. We have Ghost Parade. This is one I've been wanting I meant to pick up before, and I couldn't find it till I found it in a random game shop. I have not tried it yet though. I'm very excited to try it. It looks pretty cool. It's a side-scrolling game where you actually help the ghosts. So you play as her and you're trying to, I guess, help the ghosts, maybe a little puzzle solving and stuff. So looking forward to checking out that little like indie title. We have Goosebumps Dead of Night, probably my favorite Goosebumps game that exists, especially the first level. The first level in this game is absolutely brilliant. It just screams Goosebumps. Next we have A Hat in Time, a very good 3D platformer. There's things I didn't like about this game. Like overall, it's a very good game, definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of any kind of like 3D platforming games like Mario or Banjo-Kazooie, anything like that. A lot of cool mechanics, and just I wasn't a huge fan of some of the world or the level designs, but the theming was very good. So there's a lot of little fun tasks. It's definitely a game worth playing. Something maybe I got to go back to and take another look at. I do have some DLC I need to play in that game too, still. Here's an excellent game, Hunt Down. This is another recommendation. I mean, the Switch just has so many good games in physical form. And you have, this one came with a manual and some pins, so you get all those physical goodies in there. This is like a Contra type of game. It's a run and gun shooter with retro kind of Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo looking graphics. It's such an awesome game. I mean, really well done, very challenging. It's not an easy game to complete, but it's a heck of a good time. It's also 2 players if you want to do it that way. Co-op. Awesome game, Hunt Down. Can't recommend that one enough. Next we have Ikai. This is a pretty good horror game. Nice little playthrough, not too long. Got some good jump scares in there. Little Japanese horror. Yeah, I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed this game quite a bit for what it was. Nothing like groundbreaking, but it was fun. Definitely a good time if you're looking for a new spooky game to play. here's another high recommendation, and that's Kaze, or Kaze, I think it's Kaze in the Wild Masks. This is a side-scroller, much in the style of Donkey Kong Country. You'll see a lot of similarities between Donkey Kong Country and this one does a great job of kind of recapturing that style of gameplay. It's both nostalgic and fresh at the same time. This is a heck of a good game, challenging at 100%, which I did 100% the game, but it's just super good. Great level design, great controls, great graphics. This is a hell of a good game. I don't know why more people don't talk about this game, because it is so good. Like, that's one of my favorite side scrollers I've played in a long time. We have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is an awesome 3D platforming type of Kirby game. Very excited when this was coming out, and it did not disappoint. Lots of great level theming and design, and just a fun game to play. You can co-op it too. Just another strong Kirby game. Probably one of the best ones actually that's ever come out. We have Qaria Fables. This is a Animal Crossing meets Stardew Valley meets Legend of Zelda, I guess, kind of game. There's like combat, and it's a little janky. It's a little hard at times. I haven't finished it yet. It's pretty good though. It's got a nice charm to it. There's definitely a lot of like neat things. If you like those farming, cozy kind of games, you'll probably like this one quite a bit. I definitely like the game. I got to go back to this one too and finish it up. Qaria Fables. And you can't have a Switch without having Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What can I say? It's a 10 out of a 10. One of the best Switch games that you can get. Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. And Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is actually not as good as Breath of the Wild to me. I haven't finished this yet. I'm still playing through it. I may be like halfway done with it. But I would say that this game is not as good as Breath of the Wild. It's I don't know, I think the building aspect of it kind of gets kind of like tedious for me, and I don't always want to do that, you know. I'm tired of like trying to traverse the land and having to find all these like ridiculous ways to get places. It gets kind of annoying, and for that reason why I don't like this one as much. Plus, like, the charm of this type of Zelda game was kind of used up in Breath of the Wild, so you know, I still really like the game. I'm not like trying to knock it or anything. It's still like an excellent game. I just don't like it as much as Breath of the Wild. And hopefully in the next Zelda game they'll kind of change up the formula just to freshen it up. Next we have Little Dragon's Cafe. Very excited to check this one out. I guess this is another cozy like Animal Crossing type of game. Looks very charming, so we'll have to get to that one. And we have one of my favorites on the Switch, and that's Luigis Mansion 3. This is a phenomenal game with almost no flaws, really. Probably the best graphical looking game on the Switch for my money. Animation's perfect. Just an unbelievable adventure. Definitely something that everybody should pick up for their Switch. It's a must-own, like, for real. That's right up there with Breath of the Wild for me. Alright, still got more to go. We got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, of course, you gotta have this. Fantastic Mario Kart game. I got the Season Pass too to have all the tracks. We have Mario Strikers Battle League. Now this game, again, kind of died out. Not a lot of people like this. I really like this game. This was my second favorite game that came out in 2022. I'd say this was a runner-up to Shredder's Revenge in terms of Game of the Year. For me, this is a heck of an awesome game, and I've put so many hours into this, playing online, offline. You know, I just really enjoy that game. I played some co-op with friends and stuff, and we've always had a good time. Awesome game, right up there with the original one. Another really good game. I mean, the Switch just has so many heavy hitters. You have Metroid Dread as well. Another just fantastic playthrough, immersive experience in this old Metroid style game. Just a wonderful game. Good quality and a decent challenge as well. Metroid Dread. We have Neverwinter Nights, the Enhanced Edition. Picked this up because I know this was never released on console before. I had always heard about this game on PC but never played it, so I got it for my Switch. This game's pretty good. I got stuck in it. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue because I have no idea how to continue from where I am. But there's a lot of mechanics to this. I wouldn't say it's my favorite kind of dungeon crawling RPG ever, but it's certainly got a lot of depth to it and everything. I've been playing through Baldur's Gate, which I can see the similarities now, but Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot better than this. But not a bad game, pretty good. Nickelodeon AllStar Brawl. I like this game as well. Good little Smash Brothers knockoff with some good characters and stuff. The sequel's even better in terms of like gameplay, but this one's also I like this one. We have one I'm looking forward to trying out. My friend David gave this one to me. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, RPG from Bandai. This one looked so good. Teaming up with Studio Ghibli for this one. Ever since this game came out, I thought it looked beautiful, and can't wait. One day we're going to dive into that one. Here's another one I'm looking forward to trying, and that's Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I've heard this is a mix of a side-scroller, a farming game, and maybe a little bit of an adventure game too. It does come with a manual too, which is awesome. Another one of those like indie type titles. So I'll have to try that one out sometime. Probably going to be really fun. That one was on my radar for a while before I picked it up. We have RPG Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I'm still trying to play through. I honestly don't really like this game. I know that's probably going to like shock some people because this game gets quite a good reputation. I'm not trying to do like a shock value. I'm just being honest. I just don't really like the game that much. I find it to be stupidly difficult for some reason. I don't know. Some of the battles are just really, really hard, even on the easiest of difficulties. And I find it very tedious. You have to do a lot of grinding, like forced grinding to even continue. There's a lot of like, you need to switch around all your characters like constantly to try and get the right power or the right move. I feel like, I don't know. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever played, but for me, I've been trying to, I've probably put like 20 something hours into this game, and I'm still trying to like thoroughly enjoy it, I don't even know how far into the game I am, but I'm stuck on a boss right now, and I just can't seem to get by him, and I don't know. I honestly just don't really like the game that much. It's not terrible, but it's not one of the RPGs that I'd recommend personally. Splatoon 3, this is a heavy hitter for me on the Switch. Such a fun game. Really, really caught me by surprise a bit when I picked it up and played the campaign, played online. I've just had a blast with this game. You really will have such a good time putting this on. You can't go wrong with this game, Splatoon 3. Fantastic game, and a must-own on the Switch as well. We have Stern Pinball Arcade. Again, a pinball. This is actually one of the first Switch games I owned. I'm a big fan of pinball, so might as well get a pinball game on there. You got some good tables there. A lot of fun. Excellent game. Really captures the tables pretty well. The physics and everything. Stranded Deep. This is a survival game. Really cool game where you kind of start on a stranded island. If you ever wanted to play Castaway the game, well, here you go. And you're just kind of like living off the land and trying to survive and explore. And there's, you build, little boats to kind of go around to, or little rafts, I should say, to go around to other islands and explore them, to collect supplies. And, it's like being stranded on an island in the ocean. So that's really cool. So if you like those kind of games, like, The Forest or something, you'll probably like this in that setting. Speaking of being stranded, we have Stranded Sails, Explorers of the Cursed Islands. This is a adventure-like game with Zelda aspects and a little bit of a farming sim all wrapped up in one. A very cool little indie game. I played through this, beat it. It wasn't the hardest thing. It wasn't super, super long. It depends on how much time you want to put into it. Good little graphics on it. Decent gameplay, and definitely a fun playthrough. I recommend this one, Stranded Sails. Pretty cool. Again, most of these games that I've played through, guys, are probably already on YouTube, on my channel. If you scroll through my playlists, you'll see me playing through these games if you ever want to check any of them out or are curious. how my experience went. We got Super Mario Brothers Wonder, so I'm currently still trying to play through. Me and my girlfriend have been playing this. This one's really fun. It's definitely not my favorite Mario game by any means, or even my favorite side scroller from the series, but it's a game where you don't really know what's gonna happen next because there's so many wacky things in it. But it's fun. It's a fun game. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but definitely worth playing because it's Mario. You gotta love Mario. Speaking of Mario, Super Mario Odyssey. This is a home run of a 3D platformer. So many awesome levels and mechanics, and just the controls are tight. The music's wonderful. Brings me back to Mario 64 days with these big 3D levels and running around, exploring and trying things out with your moveset. Just a fantastic game. I want more Mario games like this. I do like the side scrollers too, but Mario just hits home so good in these 3D platforming ones. I hope the next Mario game is along the lines of something like this. Next we have one that my friend got me for my birthday, a Super Mario RPG. So I recently got this one. You guys know me, I'm not a fan of, I'm not usually not somebody that plays a lot of remakes or remasters. Here and there I've played a few, like the Crash Insane Trilogy, Resident Evil 2 remake, and I've enjoyed them. I just usually prefer the original versions, but I never played this before, so he got this for me. I never played this on the Super Nintendo, and it looks really, really good. I've heard this version holds up really well, and I want to check this one out. So we want to do Mario RPG. We will definitely play this one. I'm excited to try this because I said I never got to play this game before. So here we go, Super Mario RPG. One of the few remakes or remasters you might see me play. Next we have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a game that most people probably own if they have a Switch. It's a fantastic game, of course. It kind of goes without saying. It's Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a game you gotta have. Here is probably my favorite Switch game, if not one of my favorite Switch games, and that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. This was my game of the year for 2022. This is a throwback to the old beat-em-ups, if you're fans of those, which I'm a huge fan of beat-em-ups, the old arcade games and all that. Turtles in Time, one of my favorite games ever on the Super Nintendo. And this is not a remake, this is not a remaster, this is a brand new Turtles beat-em-up. And if you haven't played it, you gotta try it out. Such a good game, so fun to run with friends. I've done several playthroughs on the channel. Great roster of characters, great roster of villains, great levels. I think it's one of the best beat 'em ups that has ever been made. Not alone just like Turtles, but ever. Like, this is up there with the X-Men beat 'em up. You could probably throw it up there with any Streets of Rage games or Simpsons arcade. It is that good. I absolutely love this game, and what's cool about the physical copy is that it comes with a manual and some stickers, so they give you all the goodness of what an old game would kind of be like. So Shredder's Revenge, one of my favorites on the Switch, no doubt about it. Next is a very, underrated survival horror. That's Tormented Souls. This is an indie one. If you're a fan of Silent Hill, you'll probably love this game. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, actually, too. Resident Evil. There's like bits and pieces of both games. I guess it's more Resident Evil, actually, than Silent Hill, but there's definitely aspects from both games. This was a really fun playthrough. The only thing I would say about the game that I kind of don't love is some of the puzzles are very cryptic, and I did have to look up some of them, so don't feel bad if you can't solve some of the puzzles, because some of them are pretty wild. But overall, like the exploration, the atmosphere is really good. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's definitely not that scary. There's like some creepy aspects to it, but it's just, if you like survival horrors, I'd say it's definitely a must-play. They're actually making a sequel to this game that I'm looking forward to. The physical copy does come with a map here too, which is nice. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this game, Tormented Souls. We have an RPG that I haven't tried yet, but I'm looking forward to. Is Triangle Strategy, a beautiful looking Square Enix game. What I've seen of it, it looks really awesome, little strategy RPG, so I'll have to dive into this one sometime. Definitely looking forward to playing that one. Here's a great game, Yoshi's Crafted World, another must-own on the Switch. I feel like I keep saying that because there are so many must-own games on the Switch. You know, fantastic side-scroller that you can do co-op. Graphically, it's just absolutely stunning and colorful and fun. So charming. You really can't go wrong with this game. That's one of the first games I had on the Switch as well. And last, we have WWE 2K Battlegrounds, a fun arcade-like wrestling game. I wasn't expecting too much from this game when I picked it up. I got it on sale for, I think, like $3 at GameStop. Took a chance on it. I was like, you know what? I've been buying a lot of wrestling games lately because I've been getting into them. And figured, why not take a chance on this? And I'm glad I did. I played through the story mode, and you know, you can create rings, you can create wrestlers. There's a huge roster in this game that you can acquire via just by playing the game and earning coins to buy them in-game and not have to do monetization or anything, buy packs to get them. You can literally just play matches, earn in-game currency, and then save up for whichever character you want to buy, whatever wrestler. And there's, you know, retro wrestlers to new ones. So I recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. You know, if you like wrestling games and, you know, get together with some friends, I'd definitely throw this on. It's going to be a good time. And that's it, guys. That is my Switch collection as of 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next collection video. Till next time, 0 is the number.